Alright, so I know that there has been other videos on this, but I'm gonna do one myself. So this is my stepson's car. It's a 2010, I believe, Toyota Camry. Got the 4-cylinder engine in here, and it started to sound like a paint can full of marbles every time he started the engine. So I'm gonna start with the basic stuff, which is the VVT solenoid. I already got the old one out. The engine cover obviously just pops up off of these studs. You can see these little studs right here, and there's one there, probably a couple up here. So it just is like a pressure fit. So you can just lift it up off of there, and then you can see what's going on better. And what you want to do is peek around here, and right underneath this plastic, there's like a protective shield here for some wiring. Right underneath of that, right here, is where that solenoid goes. So you got one 10mm bolt, you see there. So you just take that one 10mm out, and then it's a press to unlock on this harness right here, this connection. You just press it and then it'll come off. So I got a new one here from Rock Auto, and I'm gonna put a little bit of oil on the O-ring on this new one, and we're just gonna slide it in. Obviously it can only go one way since it's got one bolt, and then we'll reconnect the harness and we'll see what happens. All right, to be honest, that job was a lot easier than I expected. It has really great access and that was pretty easy. So let's start it up and see what happens. Now it may still sound, gosh, he's so short. I have to put this seat back. Woo! It may still sound terrible, but let's see. That time it didn't start. Well, maybe you could hear that on the camera. It did rattle pretty good upon the first startup, but it sounds good now. Sounds pretty good. So it rattled there for like 2 seconds, and then it smoothed back out once the oil pressure built up and everything is being timed the way it's supposed to again, and it's just a happy engine again. So we'll drive it for a while and see what happens, but hopefully this will fix it. If this doesn't fix it, then the next step is to actually change out the VVT sprocket on the camshaft, and that is a major job, because you really have to get the engine out of here to have better access. I've seen guys do it with the engine in the car, and you certainly can, but it's a lot more difficult. Either way, it's a big job. It's something that a professional mechanic is gonna have to do. So hopefully this will work out good. All right guys, well, after further review, it didn't work. So the engine will start and the car will run just fine, but then it stalls out. And so more than likely, it's not going to be the solenoid in this particular car. So more than likely the issue is going to be the actual variable valve timing on the camshaft sprocket. So you're gonna have to be able to get in there to that. And like I said, that's a major job. Looks to me like it'd probably be better just to drop the K-member and the engine out of the bottom of the car so you could have access to work on it, because you gotta get the timing cover off and all that stuff. So yeah, pretty major job, not something that you just want to tackle at the house if you're not used to doing that kind of stuff. And it's probably going to be a lot of money in labor. The parts are not so expensive, usually like 150 bucks or so for the sprocket, but the labor is what gets you on a job like this. So too bad, but it was worth a shot. And I think at this point, since he's already got another car, I think he's just going to put this one up for sale and get rid of it and let the new owner know that it needs work on it. You know, just recoup a little bit of money, sell it real cheap for somebody who's mechanically, you know, sound and wants to take on the project. I think that's going to be the plan now, but it was worth a shot, you know.